What if the Khopesh were a Norse blade? All throughout history, there were thousands of different types of blades that were recorded. But in there are still examples of blades that never existed, but could have. This blade belongs to that category. The Khopesh is one of ancient Egypt's most recognizable swords, appearing over 3,000 years ago. It became famous throughout ancient Egypt, even though its roots likely stretch back even further. Its distinctive forward curve wasn't just an artistic design, it was practical. That weight set toward the front allowed for devastating chopping cuts, while the hook could help control an opponent's weapon or shield. It turned into an elegant solution to a problem that every warrior faced. How do you make steel, or in this case bronze in those days, do the most work possible? Meanwhile, thousands of miles away, the Norse answered that same question, but differently. They forged straight swords. They forged axes, long axes, weapons that were designed around their own traditions and their own uses. History tells us that these two worlds never really met. But what if they did? With this blade, I wasn't trying to make an Egyptian sword with Viking decorations. That would have been relatively easy. Instead, I asked myself a different question. If a Norse smith had inherited the idea of a Khopesh, how would he have built it? To make that come to life, first of all, I had to change the proportions. I made the handle longer. It was long enough to generate leverage during powerful cuts, while still allowing the blade to move quickly. The fittings became more simple, less ceremonial and more utilitarian. The carved grip has Nordic knotwork that adds character and grip without overwhelming the design. Forged not out of bronze, but now out of steel, it reflects the same philosophy. No elaborate Damascus patterns this time, just clean high carbon steel, simple and strong. Exactly the sort of material that I imagine a working smith would have appreciated. Even the construction follows that philosophy. One detail that I'm especially proud of is something that many people won't even notice at first glance. The body of this blade is forged from mild steel, but the cutting edge is high carbon steel. I forged open a channel in the mild steel where I could then inset the high carbon steel and forge weld it all together. Modern steel is good enough that I could have just made the entire thing for one piece of high carbon steel, and that probably would have been simpler, even faster. But historically, the Norse smiths did something very similar with their axes. Good steel was highly valuable, so rather than waste it, they'd forged a softer iron body, and they forge welded a strip of high carbon steel into the bit, putting the best material exactly where it was needed, right along that cutting edge. I love the idea of carrying that same philosophy into this project. It's a small detail, but it's complicated. So even though that most people won't even see it, it's one of those things that connects this blade to the traditions that I feel inspired it. One of my favorite parts of designing blades like this is discovering how much the silhouette changes your expectations. At first glance, everyone recognizes the curve as a Khopesh. But now, the longer you look at it, the less Egyptian it feels. Eventually, your eye begins accepting it as something completely different. Now it looks like it could have hung on the wall of a longhouse somewhere up on the northern coast. That's what I like so much about my Legacy series. It isn't necessarily about fantasy. Sometimes it's about alternate history, taking real cultures and real craftsmanship, real historical designs, and asking where they might have met if history had unfolded just a little bit differently. That's also why I created the Northfire Forge Guild. You see, I wanted a place where people could learn more than just how to swing a hammer. I wanted to help teach design, why certain blades work, why proportions matter, how history influences modern craftsmanship, and how you can develop ideas of your own instead of simply recreating someone else's idea. Whether you're just lighting up your first forge or already making knives, that is the goal of the guild, to help you understand the craft, not just to follow instructions. Now, if that sounds like something that you would like to enjoy, there's a link below. I'd love to have you. Before I start the next Legacy Series project, I'd love to hear your ideas. If history had taken just a little bit different path, what blade would you like to see reimagined? Make sure to leave your suggestions in the comment. Who knows? The next Legacy blade might start with your suggestion. Until next time, take care, and I'll see you at the forge.